Oh boy, welcome to Kame House Party, the world's bestest and only improv comedy Dragon Ball watch-along podcast in the known universe. I'm Vince.
I'm Aaron.
And our mission is to watch every episode and iteration of Dragon Ball. We've been doing it for a while now, and we are 200 plus episodes into Dragon Ball Z, and we've got another great episode to talk about. But before we do that, hope everybody celebrated America's birthday nice and safe. This is a PSA from me, Hercule Satan.
When you light a firework, don't touch it.
Hey, why don't you put that magic stuff down?
Know that it's a trick and I'm disappointed in you.
And that's a PSA from Mr. Satan. And scene. But yeah, I hope everybody had a safe 4th of July. Aaron, I hope you had a good 4th of July.
Thank you. I hope you did as well.
I ate a hot dog. Didn't watch any fireworks because I have a dog at home.
I also ate a hot dog and didn't watch any fireworks because this is, to me, it's just like, it's a hot dog day.
Well, hold on. No,
hold on.
It's okay. It's there.
Hot dog holiday.
Yep.
Hot dog a day?
Hot dog a day? Yeah.
Hot dog a day. Let's rename this bad boy.
Hot dog a day.
Hot dog a day. I think whether you're vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian.
Yep.
Atarian. Whether you have celiac. I think we can all...
A broken back. Or listen to Jack Kerouac.
You can have a hot dog on July 4th. The hot dog a day.
You can have a hot dog on a hot dog a day. Just like that guy, Joey Chestnut. He ate 70 of them things.
Oh, he got to 70? I know he won. I know he reclaimed the title.
He reclaimed the throne. Dog chewa. Eat all them things. This is not a hot dog podcast, by the way.
It's not. Yeah, we've explained what this is.
Yeah, and we're gonna keep explaining what comes next, which is some common housekeeping, where we just prep everybody, including ourselves, for the rest of the episode. And the first piece of common housekeeping is the world famous, UN sanctioned, and Olympic Committee approved 1 minute roundup squeaky shopping cart wheel sound.
I'm sorry, young man. Could you grab that big jar of pickles up there for me?
Yeah, sure.
Well, thank you.
I can get that for you.
I'm so short. And frail.
I mean, you said it, not me, sir. I see you a lot around here. Yeah. And I wish you didn't have that poor of outlook on yourself. You're a fit 60 something?
I'm 98, but thank you.
Oh. Hey.
Wait, what? Wait, are you checking out my, again, brittle, frail, made of glass bod?
I mean, if I could put these pickles down for a minute.
Okay. Oh, they're very... You're very
They're not
strong.
the only things gherkin around here.
And seed.
One
of us is gherkin first. I've had too much America this week. It's a problem.
That's right. Sorry, we're drunk on America right now, unfortunately.
It's like, I got too much freedom.
Yeah. Somebody slipped some freedom into our waters before this record. But That is an improvised scene that we do at the top of every show to loosen or tighten our improv muscles for whatever our discussion about this week's episode of Dragon Ball may call for. And when one of us breaks, this time, both of us, that's when we end the scene and can get into the 1 minute roundup proper, where one of us, this time Aaron, has 60 seconds to summarize everything that has happened in Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z up until this point, because as a service to you, the listener or the viewer, so you don't have to go back and watch every single episode of Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z or every single episode of this podcast to know what we're talking about. He's going to give you the who, what, why, where, and when, and how, perhaps. And now that I have gilded all of that, Lily, Aaron, I have one question for you. Are you ready to round up?
Yes, I am. Now, here we go. The Who, Goku, a little boy. He had a tail. What? He's mainly looking for Dragon Balls and going on adventures. Where? A planet and space sometimes. When? The past? The future. Both. Several time streams. Who, what, where, when, why? Because you gotta. And how? Well, here's how he did it. He learned karate, made friends, fought in tournaments, got married, had a kid, learned he was from space, killed his brother, died in the process, learned more karate, came back to life, beat up more people from his home planet, went to a different planet to get more Dragon Balls, which resurrect people, among other things. He beat the baddest dude in the universe. He became the legendary Super Saiyan. He got a heart attack. He fought a bunch of androids. He fought the ultimate android, but made his son finish it off instead because he loves his son. Now he's dead, but Gohan's in high school and he's in trouble.
Oh, good one. You got so many who, what, where, when. You got 7.
you.
You got 7 in there.
Much like the number of Dragon Balls, which I did not mention.
But you mentioned all the key things about our former protagonist and our current protagonist, which is Gohan, and he's always in trouble. Just like I'd be in trouble, Aaron, if I didn't tell the listener this last piece of Kame housekeeping, that is that we watch 2 different versions of the show. I watched the English dub version, the Funimation dub, the funny dub, as it is known in colloquial terms, while Aaron watches the original language Japanese with subtitles. Because comparing and contrasting is fun. And it's the format of the podcast. And I mean this with all due respect, kindness, and care. Get over it.
So many people have complained.
You know what? We don't read 100% of the emails we get about this subject.
I think all the negative ones do go to junk immediately.
Yeah. We've got them filters working overtime, ruining an ecosystem in a rural town near you. But usually the first difference in our episodes is the title. And Aaron, you've been teasing me with your titles because they've been so close to what I can only now say is like a 100 episode ago thing called the Yahtzee, in which our English and Japanese titles match. And the only prize that we get is excitement. I get a huge, my gherkin goes crazy. But here comes the title for my episode. And hopefully we'll get a Yahtzee on episode 204 of Dragon Ball Z. Blackmail. I could do another take.
No, I think
Blackmail.
You said it right. There's Vince, put that kosher dill away. Unfortunately,
putting the lid back on.
Close that jar up, because there is nowhere near a Yahtzee on this title for episode 204 of Dragon Ball Z, from the original Japanese, roughly translated, which is a case of robbery. The culprit is Saiyaman.
Oh, someone called J. Jonah Jameson. We got pictures of Saiyaman.
It's just a camera floating in the air somehow. Doesn't question it. So having this title and forgetting about what this episode is.
Yep.
I assumed that we were going to get someone posing as Saiyaman committing crimes.
For your title, that's a great assumption. For mine, I was like, is Homegirl back to blackmail Gohan for more underwear stuff?
Yeah.
But yeah, both titles, I think, lead you by the nose to want to dive into this episode. And Aaron, we're going to do just that. I think the last week we talked about how in these chill times, we get longer recaps. I wrote down in my notes, I think they're doing these longer recaps to remind viewers that Goku's not here.
You think someone tuning in, maybe they're a few episodes behind?
Mm-hmm.
They're like, hey, where's Goku? What is this? What's this opening?
And the announcer's right there to be like, Goku's not here. It's his son Gohan going on gregarious group activities.
Ooh. Talk about Stan Lee.
Great Celsior.
That was his pitch for Gohan's name.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that Stan Lee was in Akira Toriyama's ear around this time.
What if you took all the credit? What if you get some other guy to draw it? But then you become famous.
Toriyama's just like, ew. Keeps smoking his cigarettes.
Yeah. Nudie mag in one hand.
Mm-hmm. Nudie mag in one hand, car and driver in the other. Questioning Stan Lee. Hey, why are there not enough cars in your stuff?
Yeah. Like, where's I've seen Spider-Man, but what if he sneezes? And turns into that's how he turns into Venom.
Stan Lee's like, great idea. Mind if I edit it to make it come from space? Toriyama's like, whatever, dude.
It's like he's like, I do like space. I put a lot of it in my work. Yeah.
Oh man, has Stan Lee kicked the bucket yet?
He did a few years back.
Okay. A tip of the cap.
I believe he died the year Endgame came out.
That long?
Yes.
Yikes. You know why I feel like he's still around? Because he still cameos in all of Marvel properties. I haven't watched Ironheart yet, but I'm sure he makes an appearance.
He's just a painting on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Our founder.
The plaque is Excelsior Williams.
Pretty good. That's a good name.
Hey, Marvel, take my life away. Just like Aaron, we gotta take all this preamble away from our listeners and viewers and get into the episode, which starts with a bit of a mystery. Gohan in front of a bird's nest with the Nimbus looking at a big old egg. It's empty. It's like, well, Nimbus is here, but I don't see Goten. And this egg is here, and I don't see the baby. What's going on?
Yeah, they have Goten popping out saying, hey, we looked everywhere, but we can't find this baby Pteranodon named Chibi in mine. Chibi.
I got Chobi.
Chobi? Yeah.
Hey,
I'm Chobi. I'm a big fucking dinosaur, man. I don't know what to tell you. I'm friends with these two freaks with tails.
All right, Chobi, we're gonna need you on set. Chobi, we're gonna on set in 5.
All right, I got time for one more question, pal. Before I got to get whipped a bunch.
The people want to know, will you ever work with Ryan Coogler again?
Yeah, of course. Look.
All right, Chobi, we're ready. Everybody make way, Chobi, to set.
All right. Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather. All right. See you out there. Flap.
And flap and scene.
And scene. What a name!
What a name. Do they name Chobi's parents in yours?
No, they are mother and father.
Well, the American translation is sexist because only the father gets a name. And that father's name is Toto. Toeto.
Interesting. Because Toto, aside from a little Kansas dog, a little band.
Yep.
Is the species of what they are. They don't say Pteranodon. He's like unless it's their surname, and Gohan's just like, oh, the Totos. Of the New Hampshire Totos.
In my notes, I was like, we're getting a lot of specifics about this family and their dynamics. And it's kind of nuts that Gohan leaves everything and like tells Goten, it'll be fine. I'm sure Chobi or Chibi is with their parents. There's nothing to worry about. He's a baby. I'm sure he's just learning how to fly or something. Then they move on with their day.
Gohan's just like, I can't tell Goten I probably ate him. I just don't remember.
I had a hankering for eggs. I woke up and Chobi was gone.
Also, I dreamt about eating a big marshmallow and my pillow is also gone.
I ate a big noodle and my blanket was gone the next day.
Dreamt about eating a bunch of crepes, thin crepes. All my school books were gone.
And that's how Gohan got so smart.
He's
eating all the books.
Osmosis.
Oh.
If
Go
only,
on.
Why don't our bodies work like that?
I know.
I gained the knowledge of whatever I ate.
Mm-hmm.
Einstein's being hunted for sport.
Hold on. Hold on.
Okay.
There's something brewing in my brain with Einstein's getting hunted, and here it comes. Eat equals MC scared. I'm lightheaded for how hard I had to think about that one.
New shirt. We'll see.
New shirt. Who dis? Eat equal MC squared.
Scared.
Oh, MC scared. I am taking a beat to write that down though.
I saw MC scared at the Peterson Center. A real place in Pittsburgh. So we cut to, enough of this farm living. We cut to the big city, big Hercules watching a big projection screen of what else? His tape from the very last Tenkaichi tournament. Videl is bringing him dinner. And she's asking about the previous champion, Goku. And of course, Hercules like, I mean, yeah, he had a bunch of tricks, but when it comes to raw power, oh, don't worry, I would have beat him. And this is where Videl sort of puts like, because he says Goku-san, Son Goku. Mm-hmm. And she's like, Son Goku, like Son Gohan. Interesting.
I like that they give you that little bit of like, oh, Videl's in investigation mode right now, because they don't quite give you that much in mine. We feasted on, in my notes, I said Hercule is drunk. He's drunk off the scotch watching game film.
Wow.
Because he's got a what is that? A highball glass with a couple of cubes in it and a bottle next to him while he's watching all this film. And his speech is a little less coherent than maybe yours is.
Interesting. A challenge.
I'm pulling like the biggest headlines from this speech where he says, Goku, I know him. He's a magician, not a fighter. He uses all kinds of light tricks and deception. He doesn't have brute strength like me, your father, Videl. He's a sissy compared to me, and no one can defeat the man who saved the world. Ha ha ha! You hear me, Goku? Ha 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 ha! He's unhinged. He's drunk.
He's a sissy compared to you.
He's a sissy compared to me. This is where I'm like, he's drunk. In mine, he's 3 sheets to the wind.
I want Goku to hear this and come down. Spend his one day, he can come back to Earth.
Just bitch slaps him into another mountain.
Mm-hmm. Come on. Tricks. Let's go.
And then we do a comparison cut to the Son Gohan residence. Chi-Chi has prepared a lovely meatloaf dinner that Goten does not want to eat.
What are you talking about? Goten eat it? Oh, I'd kill for a meatloaf.
I didn't think that the Son family was picky about the food they ate. You know what I mean?
Maybe we'll see if that's a trait of Goten.
Yeah, we'll see. This is like the second time we've heard Goten speak.
Truly.
He's already mouthing off to Chi-Chi. But then they are all interrupted by the TV cutting on to a news story. The circus is in town. The great circus headed by Mr. Musaka and his crowd-drawing baby dinosaur. And that baby dinosaur, you know who it is. That missing Chobi or Chibi.
We're going with Chobi for the rest of this episode. It can't not be Chobi.
Chobi is a really good name for a chubby little dinosaur.
He's a baby.
A little big green baby dinosaur, big red eyes, crying because he's getting whipped in the center of a circus ring.
It is weird that if I'm a newsman, if I'm a news cameraman, I don't think I'm just like, I'm only going to show the dinosaur being whipped, and that's the footage you're going to have for this story, for this package.
Yeah, they could in the video package, they couldn't get a single shot of the circus where the dinosaur's not being whipped. And it's like being touted as promo material for this circus.
I think the newscaster in mine is like, the monster looks eager to please. Like to the point where Chi-Chi's like, what are you talking about? Look at him.
Yeah. Chi-Chi's like, clearly that monster's in distress or that dinosaur's in distress.
Do you think hearing that Gohan's just like, you don't remember when you got me that tutor, Mom? And I was in distress?
Yeah, Gohan's like, before that moment, Gohan's like, must be learning trigonometry like I did.
I guess he's got to get their answer right.
Hey. And then Goten's like, you got to do something, Gohan. He goes, oh yeah. I'll bring it back. No worries.
He is much less absent-minded about the dinosaur in mine. He's definitely much more caring. And not like, I guess my little brother told me, so I got to save this dinosaur. I'm like, no, he genuinely was like, no, we got to save this. We got to save this kid. Look at him.
He's apprehensive just because I think Gohan knows what that means. But we're going to again. Pacing, not an issue really with these episodes apart from the recaps, because we're already to the next day. Gohan is at the circus in the office of Mr. Musaka.
Just rolls up next to him. Very direct.
Yeah. Right to his face, being like, hey man, I know you took that baby away from his parents. You gotta let him go. He deserves to be with his family. And in my notes, Aaron, I said, Sean Shamel does another voice.
Ooh.
Because he is the voice of Mr. Musaka.
Okay.
And it's pretty great. He's doing a big old gangster character, but you could still hear
Mhm.
like a little bit of Goku in the back of that throat. But he's like, "Hey, kid, what's your problem? This thing's raking me in money. He's fine. He's mine. I got him. He's mine." I'm doing a bad Sean Samel impression, but that's kind of the tone.
That's fine. I do like that Gohan, once he's just like learns about the exploitation of the working class, he's like, well, that tears it. That's the last straw.
Mm-hmm.
He says to himself he's gonna wait until nightfall to make his daring escape. But then he realizes what might happen. He's like, oh, the parents are probably looking for him. What's going to happen when they find him? And he imagines this Godzilla-style attack on the city. So he's like, all right, I'll do it now. Turns into Saiyaman. Bends some bars in a like a comical zoo cage, like circus cage.
Oh, yeah.
Undoes poor Chibi's Noam Chomsky's. He undoes this little ankle bracelet, and then a strong man catches him. Tries to hit him with an iron rod. Gohan just bends it into a pretzel.
Yep,
and gets out of there.
I think in mine he has a little bit of a quip. Careful where you're swinging this thing, fella.
Fella. Buster.
Spare me the rod.
That's good.
This is Christian Great Saiyan Man. Great Christian man.
Him and Bible Man going on adventures together. I've never seen a Bible Man.
Neither have I. But this is the crossover. I get this limited magazine for it. I get this comic book.
Yeah. Well, there's a booklet in the back to ask questions of your children. This is
so we're revealing that we both read those Christian booklets.
Yeah, no, in I had very Mormon specific video cassettes.
Okay.
But at the end of each, mine were shitty because they did the thing of like, we're just going to show like these still images while like someone narrates and people do different voices. There's not really animation. And at the end of every episode, it's like, hey, parents, pause the tape so you can ask questions of these questions of your kids about how they should serve the Lord.
Interesting.
And we never did it because our parents never watched it with us. It was just like, leave us alone. But also learn about God.
Interesting. Got it. So I didn't have audio tapes. Instead, at my church, because I think they had them for Sunday school and just for kids to read while they were in church. These like yay big booklets, like kind of not the same size as a sheet of paper, but close to those like notebooks that you had to write essay questions in at school. And they all had like a little story or a moral, but with like drawn characters going through a scenario. And I remember those having like little questions at the end being like, so what did you learn? How can you be a better person now that you know that stealing is wrong, or that that the Bible tells us to love your neighbor even if they're rude to you at first, like all that kind of stuff. I don't know. We gotta start doing morality plays again in public.
Kind of.
Right?
We need to in those stories, it's always like, hey, this person's mean to me. Well, I'm going to be nice to them. And eventually they come around. I need the story of like, I'm nice to them and they just absolutely hate me and never change. But I'm going to keep being nice to them because God. That's the story we need.
That's the story.
Speaking of religion, we cut to someone counting money.
Yes. I forgot. That's what Aaron serves the dollar. The Almighty.
Masaka. He gets informed that his moneymaker has been stolen. As Gohan is in the air flying with Chibi on his back, little Chibi starts to freak out. He makes it difficult for Gohan to fly. So he ends up having to like hold him.
Oh, that's
Chibi's
right.
on his back as he runs down the street.
The quips from Great Saiyaman are pretty good in mine because he's like, I guess we have to do this on foot. Chobi, I can't see when you do that.
I was like, come on. He's like,
Chobi.
I guess it's like, you're just, in mine, I think he's just like, well, you are a baby. It can't be helped that you're afraid to fly.
Great Saiyaman. He's a great hero for this reason.
Mm-hmm.
Think of them kids.
Yep. Immediately, the police.
Who are now working for Mr. Musaka.
Yeah. No, this all tracks.
Mr. Musaka's riding shotgun, trying to grab the shotgun.
I will say, this is the most accurate depiction of the police in Dragon Ball, 100%. Oh, property?
Oh my God. Yeah, 1,000%. And stay right where you are, because there's a beat in this episode that we are going to, I think, chew on for another 45 minutes.
So the police give chase. He's on foot. They're in cars. They do a little Pac-Man reference. I think, at least in the music, it's whenever Pac-Man eats a power pellet and is able to eat Ghost, there's a very specific sound effect. They kind of do that in this as they're going up and down a grid, at least to my old ear. Gohan almost causes a semi-truck to get jackknifed.
Yep.
But he escapes. He thinks he's made it. It's like, I avoided the cops.
Did you think that the tanker was going to explode regardless of what was going to happen?
I thought people were going to die. Yes, 100%.
I really I thought like we're going to see Gohan stepping off the back of the tanker, making an indent, and then gasoline and smoke to just pour out and blow everything up.
He's like, it's fine. Finally, Videl is there. Gets out of her jet. And she's like, you gotta give it back. I can't believe the Great Saiyaman is stealing. Give him back peacefully, or else we'll have to fight. And I'll just remove your mask and find out who you are. And she starts laughing like Hercule, hands on hips.
Oh yeah.
High pitch, like still her tenor of voice. But I'm just like, yeah, you're Hercule's daughter. Look at you.
Undeniable. When you think you're superior, you can't help but being a blusterous blowhard. Because she's equally as pleased with the idea of, not only do I get to out you for being a bad person because you're showing your true colors right here, right now, but when they take you to jail, guess what comes off? That stupid mask. And everybody's going to know who you are.
These are the kind of episodes that drove me crazy as a kid. Just in like a lot of cartoons do the like up the wrongly accused hero.
Right.
And it's like, when the bad guy is designed so specifically to be a bad guy, it drove me up a wall that everyone's like, you better trust this guy chomping on a cigar.
Mm-hmm.
And saying that dinosaur is property.
Scoob, why are you so scared of Mr. McGillicuddy? He's just a nice man holding bear traps, Scoob.
Right. He's a capitalist.
Like, Scoob, take it easy. We're all like capitalists, man.
Risk or rise, I have to reserate. Reserine, rent.
Zoinks, Scoob, you're talking like a real commie.
Whoops, rot, the rhyme period. I mean, Ro Rickson?
And see? Yes, Scoob and the gang love Nixon.
every hippie's candidate of choice.
Oh my God. now, Aaron, I really want to find a way to watch all of the guest episodes of Scooby-Doo from the late 70s to see if Nixon makes an appearance.
Well, here's the bit. They think he's the one doing the haunting. He's just like, well, it can't be me. I'm not a crook. They're like, he's right. Scooby-Doo.
Everybody's aligned except Scooby.
I don't like what you did in Vietnam.
Velma, get over it, Scoob.
Yeah, like you didn't dodge the draft, I did. And good for Shaggy.
And good for Shaggy.
Go to Canada. One of my favorite writers is a draft. He's like, fuck this, I'm going to Canada. I'm like, good, write books.
Yeah, do that peacefully wherever you are.
Like,
look, with that said, Aaron, I think we got to give everybody else a break from listening to this with a commercial.
4, 8, 15, 16, 23, 42.
Andrew, what are you doing?
Oh, hey, Marn. So I'm playing through an alternate reality game, and there's a number station puzzle that we just can't solve.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I tried everything else, and I figured that the best way to solve it would be to get into its head and think like a number station. I've been saying numbers into microphones for hours.
Okay, well, I think I have a better idea.
What's that?
You could just listen to the Argonauts podcast. Every 2 weeks, I can let you know the ins and outs of old args and give you a deep dive on how they were created.
Do you think we could have a nuanced discussion about game-making philosophy and how cultures around games have changed as well?
Yeah, and you can definitely continue to fail to solve old args along the way.
Well, it sure would be cool if that was a podcast you could find among with a bunch of other great shows over on the Moonshot Network.
You know, it sure would.
Well, cool. Thanks for the invite. Anyways, I'm going to get back to this, though. 23, 19.
Okay.
Hope you're ready to be back from that break. I know I am.
And I know I am.
Because now a crowd has formed around the scene. Great Saiyaman holding Chobi, Fidel ready to kick some tail. And now hundreds of people blocking the road.
Massive traffic. There have to be Videl chasers in the city.
Oh, absolutely. If our current reality is anything to indicate, in a city where there's a vigilante heroine, Nepo baby, she's got hangers on, autograph hounds.
Yep.
On eBay. I got Fidel's signature on a tooth that she knocked out of a bad guy.
Yeah, TMZ's on the scene. They're just in the bullpen. Videl stopped another crime yesterday. Is that it?
Yeah, Videl stopped another crime, but what didn't she stop? Is that making sense, guys? Is that the matcha's not here yet. Let's just keep working on it.
A fight ensues. Gohan trying to escape. Videl grabs him by the cape. And then I think a very memeable shot happens where, look, she's doing a Hurricane Rana.
Yes.
A classic wrestling move. I'm sure her dear dad taught her, or at least paid for someone else to teach her. That move just requires you to put your crotch in someone's face. That's it. That's
it. It's a mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
As my D&D group likes to say, God, I'm just going as far inside baseball as I can. Nothing sexual. That's what our D&D motto is.
Nothing sexual.
Yeah. We do a lot of stuff, and we make sure that it's nothing sexual.
That makes me think it is sexual, though. I feel like it's having
but
the
it's
opposite
not, because there's nothing sexual. Just like this, what did you call it? A Hurricane Harada?
Hurricane Rana.
Hurricane Rana.
Hurricane Rana.
if I may dip my toe into the WWE world, this is like a move that the Mysterio family knows very, very well, correct?
It is I believe it's traditionally a lucha move.
Yeah. It's good. It's a good move. And Vidal almost has Gohan in that move until he zips out of it at the, some would say, unopportune moment. But he gets out of it.
He doesn't. He could have done. I think that's the meme, right?
The meme is Gohan could have dodged.
Gohan could have dodged. He's got to put on a good show. He does in his internal monologue mention that like, oh, Videl is definitely a lot stronger than Mr. Satan, which is good. Good, of course.
Good.
One, of course. Too good. You can't fight drinking, getting drunk, watching your old tapes.
Who does he think he is? Jackie Chan from The Legend of the Drunken Master? No.
He didn't learn that style.
He did not train as hard. But clearly Videl did. I like that we get like a couple of shots of her fighting or trying to fight Gohan. While this is happening, Mr. Musaka is like, now's my chance. And he runs to grab Chobi to get his property back. And when Chobi resists even a little bit, he's quick with the whip.
He has it on him. He carries it around.
He keeps that thing on him.
That's his answer for everything.
Oh, the meters ran out. Whack, whack.
Somehow it's 2 more hours. Oh, they put pickles on my sandwich. Pickles gone.
Oh, man, FedEx left a note because I wasn't here to sign. They appear behind him. Ah!
Some whip pulled me in my truck towards this location. So when we would travel, when I was a kid, and we would travel across this great country of ours, we would stop at Cracker Barrel. We didn't have them in our town, and like it's just a good like roadside. We can all sit down. There's a dumb gift shop. In old school 90s and 80s Cracker Barrel, they had bull whips that they would sell to children.
Aaron, you walked me right into this.
Which I never got.
You go to the Cracker Barrels. They got Cracker Barrels, so cracker whips. It only made sense.
We deserve it.
Yeah, that's nuts. They sold bull whips to kids.
I mean, anyone could buy. I think anyone could buy it. There wasn't like they weren't carding people.
Oh, sorry. In the times that we live in, I assume that they had SKUs. They had an adult whip and a kid's whip. The person selling it did have to say, this whip is rated M for mature. Are you sure you want your child to have this? And the parent's like, yeah, we know. We bought the last 3 whips that came out. He's fine. We heard Peggy 18. We know.
Whippy.
The WSRB.
WSRB. In case you don't hear it, WSRB from Vince was very good. I never got a whip. I don't know why my parents wouldn't want me to have a whip. Go figure.
Go figure.
So did I nail a piece of string to a stick? 100%.
Yes, the principle works. Just like the principle of don't touch the baby, don't scare the baby works here. After the crack of the whip, our little Chobi starts crying, and Gohan's like, oh no, that means mom and dad are coming. That's right. Toto and unnamed spouse of Toto are coming to get their baby, and in short order, they arrive. and start doing what Gohan feared, just terrorizing the local population.
The quickest the cops are to shooting.
It's the creatures appear and they say, "Open fire!" Great Saiyaman nor Videl have any time to be like, "Hey, don't shoot."
Yeah.
And even when Videl tries to intervene, they don't stop shooting. They don't stop shooting.
They are, in mine at least, during this time, Gohan is like trying to explain his worry. He's like, hey, this thing is going to happen where the parents are going to come and attack. He doesn't explain it. He just says, if I don't steal this baby, something bad is going to happen. Does not explain further. And in his internal monologue, he's like, no one's understanding me. I'm like, tell them what it is.
Okay.
What's the consequence? Tell them you're not.
I think in mine, he does say like, oh, the parents are going to come. But again, what we learn about this society of Satan City is that they do not care about the environment or its laws.
I had a note here earlier where it's just like, man, in this 7 years time, the world got a little less magical.
Right.
Where it's like a baby dinosaur is a draw, even though I feel like they're just around.
Mm-hmm.
I think animal people, I know how they retconned it in Kakarot, but I'm not listening to that. But like, where are the animal people? This is, I think there is a Hercule winning the Cell games set up some sort of weird ass chain reaction where like the world, it's almost 9/11-esque where like the world just got like shittier and shittier.
Aaron, I think I'm going to summarize this by you saying Hercule Satan saving the world from Cell ushered in an era of conservatism to the world of Dragon Ball that has ruined the diversity of the world. And Aaron, I'm looking at the button.
It's dusty as hell.
Let me just. Oh no, the souls of everything else that we've ever put into canon are leaving the button. Because I have to make this revelation of the Satan effect canon, not Nick Cannon. It's true. It's true.
That also, there's an inverse to that of just like Hercule became known as the hero of the world. Our heroes became less magical, less powered. Our heroes are frauds, literal liars. Also, Goku dying the most. And the decimation of the, not just on like a conspiracy theory of like the decimation of the Z boys going their separate ways. Not so much Capsule Corp having now a stronghold on the Dragon Balls. Never letting anyone else adventure to find them. Magic has been contained, and we're the lesser for it. There's something deep. I do genuinely think this is not a bit. There is something so deep.
Oh yeah,
under the surface of this current timeline of Dragon Ball, to where like it's a world that thought they could contain magic and extraordinary abilities through consumerism.
Say it
and
out loud.
When magic comes back to the world, I think everyone dies at one point, right?
Aaron, you don't know how right you are.
It's just like what a like subliminal treatise on the world of like, we need wildness and we need the unexplained, and not in a way where it's religion trying to control the magical aspect of the world. It needs to be wild and free. And when you don't have that, you have this bullshit. that both Gohan and us are currently living in. Make the world a magical place.
Hey,
Is what I'm saying.
do you want to end the episode? Because that's perfect. I love that. Round of applause. Round of
No,
applause.
there are important plot
No,
things.
there are important parts that we have to get through.
But just not like, look, I've never has it been the most opportune time to watch this part of Dragon Ball
It's
in the background of our world.
It's crazy that you've helped us make this connection.
It's right there.
Because it's there. It's there. And I can't wait to heighten this idea in the next sequence of events.
Mm-hmm.
Because as Gohan is trying to calm down Toto, his wife, he is leading. He's like telling Videl, like, "Hey, I know these two creatures. I've known them for my entire life. All they want is their baby back. If only they could see me, they would recognize me." Because Videl calls him out. She's like, "They don't speak English." He's like, "I know." And he's like, "I'm trying to use my voice to get them to understand who I am and to listen to me." And as they're dive bombing the crowd and being shot at, Gohan's like, "It's me, go."
Mm-hmm.
And Videl's like, "Go what? Go what?"
To the polls.
"Go what? Dressed to the polls looking like a freak like you?" And in this time, Gohan is able to calm down Toto,
Mm-hmm.
who is about to attack Videl, who is now holding Chobi. And in that split second, Mr. Mursak, wait, what is his name? Yeah, Mr. Musaka steals a cop's gun, goes into the center of the street, and I wrote in this note, I'm like, who is he going to shoot?
He's
got one gun and 3 people he doesn't want around.
Here's the thing. Again, the cops being the cops. When he steals the cop's gun, the only thing that happens is the cop is like, "Please don't." No other cop reacts. They're like, "He's got it. He must know what he's doing."
It's his property. He should be able to shoot it if he wants to.
Jesus Christ. This is the most prescient episode of Dragon Ball we have ever covered.
What, Aaron? We don't see it, but Mr. Misaka definitely runs against Dog President. He's got the Chobi money. He's just sitting on.
That's what he's doing. He's lobbying.
He's lobbying Satan City to deregulate dinosaur protections.
We no longer have public lands for these dinosaurs to live in. Videl is Videl. First of all, we haven't talked about it, but Videl is doing some great work in this. Obviously Gohan is holding back, but still Videl is a very good fighter. She uses handcuffs as sort of a discus to knock the gun away as Misaka is trying to shoot someone. This scares Toto to attack Videl, and Gohan has to intervene and punch his little guts, knocks him out to help protect Videl, and even Gohan to Chobi. It's just like, don't worry, he's just knocked out. It's fine.
We've established that they don't understand English, but Gohan's like, he's fine. Don't worry about it.
He's fine. Hey, don't forget. Shh, it's okay. I'm good. I know I stole you and made your life horrible right now, but I'm on your side.
And after that, Gohan thanks Videl for her help, puts Toto on his back, holding baby Chobi, flies off. And at this point, Videl is like little in mind swooning over Great Saiyaman.
Oh, for
at
sure.
This point. She's like, "Oh, Great Saiyaman." And we have to note that in this scuffle, in this sequence of events, Great Saiyaman gets a slight cut on his cheek.
He does. Yeah, she definitely doesn't say, "Oh, Great Saiyaman."
Right.
But
In yours, she doesn't. In mine, she's like, oh, great Saiyaman.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Look, I'm against the ick as a concept. Just say you don't like someone. If your affections are that fickle, but that gave me if someone would be like, oh, air, I'm just like, ugh. Maybe that's just me.
No. I think that is a healthy boundary to keep. Do not let anybody put you up on a pedestal.
It's like, no, don't. Please
You don't deserve that level of scrutiny.
Please don't.
Or admiration. You are human. Nobody who cares about you will do that to you. Anyway.
You can call me, oh, great Saiyaman, though. If you swoon and say that, that's perfectly fine.
That's an idea that we can all get behind.
She's like, it's the most romanticized they put Videl. Because like, it's not the like, I'm embarrassed red cheeks. They do it's a little soft glow.
A soft blush.
Of just like, oh, this is turning into something true.
The kind of makeup that you don't do overnight, that kind of blush. You know what I'm saying? So, Great Saiyaman leaving the scene. The Toto family is happy. The wife is pleased with the outcome. I wrote my notes. She's probably saying, I wish somebody would knock him out more often.
Finally, some peace.
Back on the ground, Videl, I think she's calling out Mr. Musaka for taking the baby away from his parents. And Mr. Musaka's like, oh, I know where the nest is. I'll get my dinosaur back. Don't you worry. And Videl's like, great. You can think about that in jail for the next couple of days. Mr. Musaka's like, jail for me? And then we cut to a police officer who says verbatim, taking a dinosaur's no crime, but stealing an officer's handgun sure is.
Okay.
Come on, what do you got? What do you got on your end?
There's so much. So like, again, like yours, Mr. Musaka is like, I'm going to get that baby back. I'm going to steal all three of them. Videl's kind of just like, hey, you better not. And then the police reaction is just like, yeah, you better listen to her. So no crime for stealing the gun. So at least yours is a little better of just the cops are begrudgingly, almost comically like, I guess you did a crime and we got to do paperwork.
Literally in mine, I was like, I can't believe the cops are so bad in this version of reality that they're just like, man, stealing a what is clearly a sentient creature with its own life, stealing it from its natural habitat, not a crime. Environmental protections out the window now that Mr. Satan runs this city.
Mr. Satan lobby.
Yeah, the Satan lobby allows you to travel with exotic animals across state and city boundaries.
Look, they brought dire wolves back. We can just do that.
Hey, I'm using all the money that I got from saving the world to bring back woolly mammoths to hunt.
So we can all be paleo. We're supposed to walk around for several hours at a time hunting prey.
Yeah, we're boring hunters. We tire them out.
Anyway, I'll be bound my recliner, smoking a stogie.
I'll be drinking scotch and smoking a stogie. Reviewing film. My exploits.
Again, like humans are supposed to do. That's what we're made for.
The last thing I'm going to do with my winnings is take down Industrial Light and Magic Productions.
Star Wars can't stand it.
The Book of Boba Fett ends after page 1.
Plus, I can't read. Stop! I'm putting a bill where movies can't have the word book in their title because it's a trick and it's misleading.
It's misleading. Speaking of books, Aaron, we got to cut to the next day at school. Who's running late? Fidel and Gohan again. But this time, go for it.
Oh, I just want to say, like, Goten comes back, is reunited with his little friend Chobi, and he thanks his older brother. It's just very nice.
Yeah.
But yeah,
now we can assume that Goten is getting Chobi the same way Gohan got Icarus.
Yeah. Where's Icarus at?
Icarus moved to another country after after Satan came to power.
Moved or something else?
Migrated, maybe. I'll use migration. Whether or not it's forced, I mean.
Ooh.
The mystery of the environment.
They're at school. You're right. Videl's just coolly standing by a locker, kind of grabs Gohan as he's running down the hall, which you shouldn't do. She goes, "Oh, hey, thanks for saving me yesterday." And the Gohan's like, "Yeah, don't worry about it." He's like, I mean,
That's good.
Do you not get that?
I didn't get that.
Yeah, that's how she finally gets him.
In mine, it's the pull of the Band-Aid.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what were you up to yesterday, Gohan? Ah, ha, ha! Great Saiyaman had that same scratch in that same spot. It's over, Gohan.
In mine, he has a freak out as he's just thinking about all the poses he did. Yeah.
And he is posing while he's thinking of the embarrassing poses. His arms are up like a reverse or an inverse field goal. He's just like, ah.
He goes, "Oh crap. And I was so perfectly disguised too."
Oh, God, Gohan is such a nerd.
Just, come on. So,
and he begs Fidel not to tell everybody his secret. He's like, "I can't believe it's out there. It's public." And she's like, "It's not quite public yet." Gohan's like, "You know why I have to keep my identity a secret? It's so that nobody bothers my family." And Fidel's like, "Your family could get used to it. Mine did."
Privilege.
Fight privilege.
Oh, the delivery. It's immaculate. In mine, Gohan's reasoning, he just says that it would be bad if his friends knew how strong he was. So it's just more of like a fitting it, not like I need to protect my family, because it's like it's Chi-Chi and Goten. They're fine.
I was going to say, of all of the family members in all of Dragon Ball who don't need help, top of that list is Chi-Chi and Goten.
If you're talking about a Yamcha,
a
Puar, an Oolong,
put them in witness protection.
Where's Oolong at? What happened to Oolong? Oh no.
We don't talk about what happened to Oolong.
I went back to China.
I'm a sleeper agent for the CIA. I've infiltrated the Shanghai Sharks basketball team.
It's the Chinese century.
Don't take me off the case. I'm this close to G.
Just let me get some more socialized benefits real quick.
I need $30,000 to re-sign Dwight Howard to the Shanghai Sharks. In case anybody else cared about what Dwight Howard's up to, former NBA player, he has since come back from China.
Okay.
After begging to be let back into the NBA, literally begging LeBron to bring him on to the Lakers last year. He is now playing in Ice Cube's Big 3 League.
Okay.
Where washed up men play 3-on-3 basketball.
Hey, it's something.
Hey. That's the fucking dream, if you ask me.
Low stakes basketball.
But we got high stakes now
Mhm.
because Gohan's being blackmailed again. But for what? Not to reveal his identity to the world, but for Videl to get him to enter the martial arts tournament. Because in her words, what could be better? The current champion's daughter fighting the former champion's son. That's right. She knows that Goku is Gohan's dad. And that's going to make the tournament that much more exciting for her to participate in. Icing on the cake. She's like, also, I want to learn how to fly. Make that happen, or I tell everybody your secret.
Yeah. It's not fair if only you can do it. Which you would think would, to me, I'm just like, that's my main I'm like, step one, teach me how to fly.
Mm-hmm.
Tournament, who cares? But she's very Don King about like this rumble in a sort of in the urban jungle.
That's right. Take the city street fighter into an arena brawler. Aaron, I'm thinking about that new My Hero fighting game. All's Justice.
Which character can you die as?
I'll never tell. That's spoiler territory.
Can you play as who's the giant? Who's the guy? Who's the literal giant?
Gigantomachia?
Yes. Can you play as him?
Yeah, probably. Gigantomachia versus Mount Lady?
Mm-hmm.
Round 2?
There you go. But yeah, she wants him to enter the tournament. She wants to learn how to fly. She is so stoked. And Gohan's last words are just, I'm no match for Videl. And that's how it starts.
First, we knew the end was coming for Gohan when he said, she's just like my mother. And then he's sliding down the slope. He's going to be all about Videl. And I was so surprised that we already got references to the next Tenkaichi tournament.
It's coming 1 month away.
In this episode. I'm glad you got timing. I didn't get timing in mind.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a month away. Good God.
Learn how to fly in a month?
Toriyama, man. I miss Toriyama.
Yeah.
I miss him. Because I just think, like, what if he just got to do this for like 50 episodes instead of 5?
I know we're getting, I think this is the slow getting away of high school Gohan. We're entering a mini training arc for Videl.
Yes.
Where I know Goten shows her ass.
Mm-hmm. But look, this has been, I mean, that's where we end. We end with Gohan being blackmailed for a second time. To quote a R&B singer who was arrested in Europe for hitting people, these hoes ain't loyal. Man, the late 2000s, we hated women in all the music. But
yeah, that's changed 100%.
That we fixed it.
Mm-hmm.
Just like we fixed our human-animal hybrid problem.
Yes. And just like Nick is going to fix us on knowledge. Because Master Researcher Nick writes in, they write, first, Gohan's first date shook me to my core. Not just because I actually went to a school named after Henry David Thoreau as part of my education, but also because of the dub. See, Angelo was voiced by Stephanie Nadolny, the voice of Kid/Teen Gohan. And starting August of 2001, Kid Goku. So it was a bit unsettling to see adult Gohan going on a date with someone who sounds like a raspier version of his/his dad's younger self. Whoa.
That does cause a bunch of problems.
That's meta. That's why this explains why he was so comfortable. You remind me of my dad for some reason.
Shut up, Gohan. Don't say that out loud.
Secondly, regarding the post on our website Dubism, the Same Man arc aired in America late 2001. Matter of fact, Gohan's first date premiered in November of 2001. But it was delayed a few months for reasons. Because the climax of the episode. Whoa!
I mean, I know Nick might be upset that it took us so long to get to this email, but it fits too perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to see the Matrix.
The pattern's there. Why was this aired in America after 2001?
Oh, God. Keep going.
Lastly, no point in eating at Panera Bread anymore because they stopped making their own bread in-house in favor of frozen. And Jimmy Neutron's mom name is Judy. Though Mary Aloysius was a good guess, sounds like it could be Jimmy's grandma. Okay. So I'm vindicated on Panera.
Yes, you're vindicated on Panera, and now I can now I can do this.
Mm-hmm.
Carl Weezer, I'm in love with Jimmy's mom, whose name I finally learned. And it's the most beautiful name I've ever heard. Judith.
Oh, you call her by her full name.
I have the utmost respect for Jimmy's mom, Mrs. Judith Jimmy Neutron.
Judith Neutron.
Judith Neutron.
This is Judith Neutron's first win.
Second nomination for MILF of the Year. Her first win.
Oh, Carl, he campaigned the hell that year.
He's knocking on doors. Have you heard the glory of Jimmy's mom?
I'm agnostic. Thank you. Sorry, I meant to say ass-gnostic. Wink.
How many shirt ideas do we have from this show?
So many. But Nick, thank you for writing in and letting us know. That's apropos as all get out.
We had a weird pocket of Dragon Ball history and lore. Nick, thank you so much. Thank you to everybody else out there who supports the podcast, especially our patrons. You can head over to patreon.com/CameHouseParty and support us monetarily with $3 a month and get you access to all of our back catalog and bonus episodes and our Dragon Ball Daima Dump, where we did an entire watch along of the Dragon Ball Daima series on Twitch, and that is available for $3 a month right now on the Patreon. You can also check out the network of podcasts of which we are a part. That is the Moonshot Network. So go on over to moonshotpods.com. If you like what we're putting out there, you're going to love everything else on the Moonshot Network. You can watch them stream weekly over there at twitch.tv/Moonshot Network. Aaron's got another podcast called Thinking Too Hard About Anime. And if you're not on that train, here's your ticket to ride, because they are watching Fooly Cooly, I think most recently.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, if you haven't watched Fooly Cooly, shame on you. Watch Fooly Cooly.
Turn this dumb program off.
Turn this off and watch something that is artistic, fun, and full of flavor, as I like to say. And yeah, check out our sponsor, team.tokyotreat.com, Tokyo Treat Box, a lovely sponsor of the podcast all these years, and support them by supporting us and getting $5 off your first box using promo code KAME at checkout. Team.tokyotreat/Kame. So thank you, Tokyo Treat, and thank you to all of you who are sharing, liking, subscribing, and telling other people about the show. It's how people learn that we are good. And I don't know, this seems like a great on-ramp for what this show is this week. Aaron, this was a really fun one, as always.
Yes.
Is there anything I'm missing that you want to mention?
I think we can head on out of here.
Okay. Well, whether you are practicing the mystical martial art of the Mysterio family, or you're stealing a gun from a cop and behaving badly, you gotta keep
fighting.
God.
Yummy, yummy house party.